Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a lovely entry in the Ingenieur family from 2013. This one's for motorsports enthusiasts, so you might be a trackside Ingenieur or just a fan, but either way, this Ingenieur Chronograph Racer is the pick for you. Reference 3785-08. It's a stainless steel 45mm flyback chronograph with tons of manufacturer pedigree and impressive refinements inside and out. On my 16cm circumference wrist, you get a good sense of the watch's size. It is big. Think IWC Big Pilot and you have an approximate idea, albeit on a fully integrated bracelet, something you'll never see on a Big Pilot's watch. It's only 14.3mm thick, which surprised me, so with the stepped slope to its bezel, you will actually find you can wear this one underneath a jacket cuff quite easily. Lug-to-lug, it's a big watch, 56.7. Again, the dimensions do very closely parallel the Big Pilot, but the shape of the lugs really determine the fit of this watch, and you can wear it on a wrist that would never accommodate a Big Pilot. I recommend this watch for wrists as small as 14.5 cm circumference. Now, the timepiece is made of stainless steel, and it is substantial of bracelet, clasp, and case. You can see the two are integrated with lug hoods that flow pretty much seamlessly into the bracelet. Up until the last 2.5 years, IWC had a policy of pretty much using the Gerald Genta Jumbo Ingenieur, the 1832 reference, as a template for all Ingenieur models. And you can see this Ingenieur has that same integration of bracelet, case, and lug that was characteristic of 70s watches, often those designed by Genta. A nice bevel that continues across the links. That's one of the most delicate details. You'll also note that there's polishing in between the individual links. There's a little faceted face in between the hood and the flank that's polished, and that's a refinement that I would associate with high-end bracelets. You see the likes on Audemars Piguet. The individual links are removable, and I mean all of them. It's a modular bracelet whereby each individual link can be pulled out. You just press the dimple on the underside and then you push the retaining bar through. You can actually disassemble this bracelet with nothing but two broken ends of a toothpick. The clasp is handsome and handsomely executed. You see there is a combination of engine-turned perlage and polish inside. There's also some refinement that you might not expect on a watch of this type. Much like a dive watch, there's a push-button incremental slider. You can see the little rack in there, and there's a locking system that's disengaged by pressing the IWC logo on the clasp. The clasp itself is a single fold deployment with a twin trigger actuation for security when closed. It's a handsome and substantial piece. The case is, well, like everything else, quite robust, bold, and surprisingly nuanced, as there is a intriguing step to the lugs. Though this watch is all about integration of case and lugs and bracelet, the lugs themselves are dramatically stepped out from the mid-case with a hard joint between case and lug that gives the watch a engineered appearance, almost like it's a machine or a scaffolding or a structure under construction. It's faceted, it's sharp, it's shapely, and it has a sculptural beauty that you might not expect on a pure engineer's watch. And this is not a pure engineer's watch, this is a race fan's watch. You can see the integration of chronograph pushers on the crown side is handsome, and it goes hand in hand with the shear guards for the crown itself. The crown is deeply and sharply knurled, so it's easy to grip with wet, sweaty, or gloved hands. There's a double step to the bezel. The outer step is polished, the inner step is satin finished and graced by a tachymeter scale, the better to time something moving very quickly and gauge its speed, something like a Mercedes-Benz AMG Grand Prix cars. This 2013 debut was designed to co-promote, along with Mercedes-AMG Formula One, the IWC brand. So IWC promoted AMG Benz and AMG Benz promoted IWC. You may have seen the like on the wrists of the likes of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg over the years. Now, the dial has depth as well as differential tones, colors, and even materials. You can see there's a Ray-Hot outboard, a chapter ring that slopes down to the dial base. It steps down to an hour track that is actually a circular concentric brushed base in ardoise, or everywhere outside of Schaffhausen, anthracite gray. There are chapter rings for the individual registers. There's a date and constant seconds at 6 o'clock and a mono counter up at 12 o'clock. Note, it is a chronograph with a 55-minute register. Very unusual. Most only go up to 30. And you can see that the chronograph hands themselves are loomed, so you can use this watch even in the depths of the night. F1 cars occasionally race in the dark, but this would be an ideal companion for the 24 Hours of Daytona or Le Mans. Black registers with snailed texture to them. It is a stamped sort of guilloche that gives a little bit more definition to those tracks for minutes as well as seconds. Now, the indices are polished and applique. It is a very expensive looking dial. You have a quick set for the date, hacking seconds for the watch functions, and a flyback for the chronograph functions themselves. So you can see the mono counter resets, the seconds reset, and now it simply restarts. This is great if you want to restart timing of something when you're dealing with two intervals that occur in rapid succession with no time to stop, reset, and restart. With flyback, you do it all with one push. Now, on the case back, the Racer. Underneath the case back, IWC manufacturer caliber 89361, 38 joules automatic winding. It's a unique 4-pawl Peloton winding system, more efficient than the traditional 2-pawl system as invented by Albert Peloton for IWC in the mid-1950s. This system actually features 4 pawls, so it's more efficient than the standard. Stop seconds, quick set date, free sprung for shock resistance. It is a flyback chronograph with a vertical clutch and a column wheel, so you have the flyback, but you also have the crisp action of a column wheel function selector and the smooth engagement of a vertical clutch. You can see there's no stagger to the start, and there's no imprecision in the reset, which is always precisely to 12. Also, with the vertical clutch, you can just leave the chronograph running with no hazard to the movement. A vertical clutch has no meshing teeth, so it will not wear down the movement. The timepiece is beautifully built, and with 120 meter water resistance thanks to the screw and case back and the screw down crown, this is absolutely an aquatic watch and an option for swimming. A timepiece that's great whether you're at Daytona Motor Speedway or Daytona Beach. This is an all-arounder, and if you've got the wrist for it, this could easily be your only watch. See it and make it yours on the watch box. Ingenieur, a 68-hour power reserve ticking away at 4 hertz by night.